Come on. And hey, Miss Alexis. Hey, Miss Patsy. Y'all come on in. Hey, Miss Michelle. Hey, Courtney. I see y'all come on in. Y'all come on in. Hey, Miss Donna. If y'all can tag share. Hey, Chaz, come on in. If y'all can tag share. Call your daughters, your aunties, your mothers, your nieces, whoever. Because it's real topic tonight. Everybody already know it's real topic tonight. Come on, y'all getting ready. We say we gonna talk about love because this is love week. Coming into Valentine's Day. Um, Different people go through different things. Hey, Miss Merritt, y'all come on in. Come on in. We talking about love. Tina Turner asked what love got to do with it. Tina Turner asked what love got to do with it. Hey, Miss Alexis, come on in. Come on in. They say the live not popping up on Instagram. Somebody inbox me. So if y'all can do it. But Tina Turner say what love got to do with it. Love got everything to do with it because without love, then what? If it was without love, then God wouldn't have gave his only begotten son to down the cross for us. So it's about love, and then you'll find yourself, hey Shonda, then you, hey Kalandra, y'all come on in. Hey LaDonna, y'all come on in. If y'all can tag share, y'all come on in. And then you'll find yourself in a place of giving your all to somebody that really don't appreciate you. You give your time, you'll give your gifts, you give your body uh away, and they don't appreciate you. And then at the end of the day, you wind up feeling like that you're by yourself. You wind up feeling like that you're all alone. And so this is how you got to know who you are. We got to understand that things like that are very more spiritual than we could ever imagine, but we do it because the enemy makes it seem like it's the norm. The enemy makes it seem like it's natural, but it's rules and regulations because God said your body is his temple, your body belongs to him. So we literally got to be careful. And we're gonna talk real talk tonight. So let me tell you, it's about to be real because we have to understand we going through stuff spiritually, and we don't know why we going through stuff spiritually, but maybe it's because of somebody that you slept with that they slept with, because we have this thing also called soul ties, and it all goes back to origin. It always go back to our childhood. What were you looking for? Hey, Miss Callers, y'all come on in. If y'all can tag share. Hey Ash, I see you, come on in. If you can tag share. And then we'll find ourselves in a place and we don't even know why we in that place, but don't understand that it feel like I'm losing my mind. It feel like I'm losing myself. It feel like that I don't want to be here no more. Not realizing that it feel like something is controlling you, but yet you don't understand what it is. And so that's what we call soul ties. And when me and my sis last night, hey, Miss Chastity, come on in. If y'all can tag share. Because we go through spiritual things and not even understanding what is the root of the problem. Everybody sees surface, but nobody don't never see the root. Everybody sees surface, but nobody don't never want to talk about the root of it. And so this is the night we're going to talk about. We're going to try to go in it because it goes back to childhood. It goes back to how we was raised. It goes back to what we went through, because I remember growing up. I remember us playing in the back room while the grown folks was in the front playing cards, listening to music, doing whatever they do. And the songs that they would listen to, because songs are implemented inside your spirit. And that's why a lot of times we got to be careful what we listen to, because what we don't realize that we listen to I'll Be the Other Woman, long as I know I'm the only woman other than your wife. Marvin Cease told you he's stuck in the middle between his lover and his wife. We heard the songs Cheating in the Next Room. We heard the songs I Got Paper on the Man. Come on. I know I'm not the only one on here. Come on. I know we have some that's on here that knows the songs that I'm talking about. And sometimes that we try to get to the place to where we grew up on this. So we was taught how to do it. We was taught that, guess what, long as you shake what your mama gave you and you use what you have, do what you got to do, and not realizing that it was gonna only cause a spark in our will, or to stop us from growing, to stop us from processing. And then a lot of times when we grew up in families, one thing about families, they like to hide secrets, and sometimes you grew up in a home to where your uncle touched you, or your brother or your cousins, did different things. And so now you stuck in a place because you never knew how to deal with it, and nobody, hey Callie, come on in. And then you don't know how to deal with it, and nobody never literally let you voice your opinion, because when you thought that you could have told somebody, everybody thought that you was lying, that you wasn't telling the truth. We trying to just get to the root of it. And then you grew up to where people told you how ugly you was, and then you didn't love yourself enough, and so it's just a different things on how people words. That's why I say words have power, and we got to be careful what we speaking of ourselves. We got to be careful what we speaking of our children, because what we say literally goes inside their conscience, and they remember the words that you said. They remember. And so you have to know, do your child love you or do they fear you? So it's a difference. And so you got to get to the place to know that, guess what? So you grew up with all this, right? Because it started from a little girl. It started from, and even some guys, it started from a little boy. And so after all that, you grew up with something. And so what you grew up with, you're gonna master something. And when we master something, is something that in your body, you master your shape. And so now you put your shape on display, and now you put your body parts on display, because a lot of times I see a beautiful women. All women are beautiful. You are beautiful in your own way. So whether you big, whether you're size 28 or whether you're size 12, baby, you are big, you are beautiful. You are small, you are beautiful. Some of you have snatched bodies, some of you just have a shapely body, and you are beautiful no matter what. But this is the thing that I be talking about, because we so caught up in shapes and looks and everything. And so growing up, you didn't feel like that you was beautiful. You felt like that you was the cast out. You felt like you had to go through this. Why you had to go through this? So now what happened is that you build another character. You build a promiscuous spirit. You build something that, guess what? This what happened to me. So now as I grow, it seems like I'm mastering the thing. It's not that I love it, but it's something that I mastered. And so what you don't realize, that you growing up with a spirit that's a tainted spirit, that's a lustful spirit, that's a spirit that cannot take you out of a place, but it feels like that it'll take you to a place, because this is the stuff that I know I can master. This is the stuff that I know I'm good at. And so you never learn how to love yourself yet, because you never identified that. Guess what? You're dealing with something that you never talked about, that you grew up with, and then nobody never told you, come on, let's have a talk. Why you so angry? Why you like that? Why you promiscuous? Why you feel like that you always have to have a man? Why you feel like that you always have to have somebody by your side? And we don't realize that we grow up with these things, not knowing that if I don't have this, I feel incomplete. If I don't have this, I feel like I'm by myself. It feel like that I need somebody, not knowing the only person that you need, the only being that you need is Jesus Christ. And so, but we so caught up in familiarity. We so caught up in being, with everybody else, and we don't want to be by ourselves, and we don't feel like that. Guess what? If I'm by myself, it feel like I'm not good enough. So, and then we go into competition unawarely to ourselves. So now you competing against somebody that you don't even know, because you remember the song Betty called how they call that, y'all know what I'm talking about, when she said that that man is my wife, that man is my man, or whatever, and you have my you have my man. And so we grew up with all these songs. We grew up with Shirley calling Barbara. That's it. Shirley calling Barbara and letting her know. Come on, Shonda. You know you're gonna help me. Shirley calling Barbara to let her know what time it is. You got that man over there, but that man is my man. And then she gonna tell her from every piece of food he eat, all the way down to his feet, seem like, but yet he is not with you, he is with her. And so what happened is when we have intimacy, y'all, we going somewhere with this because it's something that have to come out, because we have to grow up. We have to let that little girl come on, woman to woman. Come on, Kalanja, you helping. And so y'all, I got some women on here that understand in this woman to woman, and then you find yourself in competition. Why you in competition with somebody that you don't know about? You know, why you feel like that you have to be in competition? No, baby, I know who I am, so I know I'm never in competition with nobody. I already know that I'm a queen. I don't need nobody to validate that I'm a queen. I already know what I'm working with. And so when you know that, you don't have to worry about being in competition. You don't have to worry about getting out in the street, fighting for somebody, fighting over somebody that really don't love you anyway. You don't have to worry about losing sleep over somebody that don't really appreciate you anyway. Can we talk? And so we lose more time trying to make people love us, trying to make people validate who we are, trying to make people see that I really love you for real. I'll give you my last. You know, it's something when you give somebody your last, but they won't give you nothing. You'll give somebody your all, but they won't give you nothing. And then when it comes time for the exchange, for somebody else to show you love, they can't show you the same thing that you showed them, because guess what? It's not even embedded in them to do it. You know, people love people on occasions. Long as you're doing what I need you to do, long as you helping me out, I love you. After I finish, or after you get on your feet, then you feel like, well, I don't need you no more. So now it's all about you. But always remember, it's going to come back around. Always remember that you're going to have your day again. And so that's why you don't have to get so caught up in trying to prove a point to people. And y'all, we even if you have questions tonight, baby, we're going to talk about it tonight, because so many times that we so stuck between Robert and Paul, and we don't know what to do, is because guess what? Our spirit is so promiscuous, and we like to do some things, and we like some things done to us. Y'all, we're gonna be real tonight. So guess what? If this too much for you, or you don't think that, well, I might not should be talking about these things, well, guess what? It's okay for you to turn off the live or whatever. But I have to tell the truth, because guess what? It's time for the church to stand up. It's time for us to talk about what's really killing the church, what's really killing the body, because we could come and play the part. That's why the Bible says we have a form of godliness, but yet we deny the power, and that we don't ever talk about the truth, how we can ever come to the conclusion of what you need. What's the antidote for this? Why do I go through this cycle? Why do I feel like I have to prove myself to somebody? Because nobody don't want to talk the truth. Everybody want to be in seclusion. Everybody want to be off to themselves. So guess what? Tonight we're going to talk about it. Like I said, if you think it's too much or too graphic or whatever, well, you can turn it off. You're gonna be all right, because I know I'm gonna be all right. Because if this is an assignment and we're going into Valentine's Day, because what y'all don't understand, they have spirits that come out at certain times of the year, especially like Valentine's, around Christmas, around certain times that depression spirits set up, that you somebody probably left you, and sometimes Negroes just don't want to buy you enough for Valentine's Day, so they're gonna cut off the relationship or whatever it may be. But we're gonna talk about it tonight, y'all. And I'm gonna come from Songs of Solomon, whatever you want to do it. But I'm gonna read this scripture. Verse 8, Songs of Songs, verse 8. Chapter 8, starting at verse 6. It says, set me as a seal upon thine heart, as a seal upon thy arm, for love is strong as death. Jealousy is cruel as the grave. The coals thereof are coals of fire, which had the most vehement flame. Many waters cannot quench love, neither can the floods drown it. If a man would give all the substance of his house for love, it would utterly be contempt. So you got to know, baby, love is real. Baby, and we're going to talk about the 8 different kinds of love. Love is real. You better tell somebody, say, love is real. Love is real. You ever love somebody, they say loving somebody when nobody love you back? You got to understand that this is real on tonight, because guess what? You deal with different loves. And when I and when I said, what kind of love do you house? I really wanted to say, you got to meet in your bedroom. We're going to go into that too. You got to meet in your bedroom. That's why I say, y'all chime in some women on tonight to let them know they queens. Stop settling. Stop taking care of them Negroes. Stop buying them video games. Let them be men. You have to let them be men. You are not their mama. You're not supposed to raise a man. No, you can't raise a man twice. And then the thing about it is, you think if you get him or if you even marry him, because you know how many people marry because they think they could change somebody, baby. God will give you all the signs before you say I do. But it's up to you if you're going to take the signs that God given you, because we don't take the signs. God will show you that he's abusive. God will show you he have a selfish spirit, and vice versa. And then you'll still want to marry them because you feel like after you marry them, they're going to change. Baby, they're not going to change. You just going to have a paper that's now certified for them to do these things to you. And so that's why we're going to talk about the different types of love. We're going to talk about when you intimate, because it's a different when a woman and a man is intimate, because guess what? A man just lose strength, but a woman gains chemical things, a bond. And so you have to understand, when God said that now the two has become one, it's not when you stand up saying your vows. It's not when you stand up and saying I do. No, baby, you was married before you said your vows, because if y'all slept together before y'all got married, y'all was married when y'all first slept together. And that's what we don't understand. Every time that you lay down with somebody, you marry them. And so that's why I say, y'all know that song, Meeting in the Bedroom. We already know what time it is, because guess what? How many people show up when you lay down that night? How many show up when you in intimacy? Because guess what? You never let go soul ties. And so we're going to talk about come on, Marissa, unhealthy baggage. And so we don't realize the reason why we can't find the true love that God called us, because guess what? We have all these other, we are bigamists in the spirit. Because if I had to ask how many people is single, they're going to have some single people that raise their hands, but no, you're not single, you're married. Because guess what? How many people have you married in the spirit? Because what we don't realize, that is not about a piece of paper. It's about when you lay down. And okay, because everybody they always want somebody to show them something. Okay, well, when Jacob wanted to marry Rachel, but he's wind up sleeping with Leah, when he got up, he said, well, what happened? The marriage happened in the bed. Tell somebody the marriage happens in the bed. That's why the two has now become one, because he know now that guess what? When I slept with her, I married her. And every time that you lay down with somebody, you married them. And that's when it becomes a soul tie. And so we're going to talk about the 8 different loves, and I'm going to explain them to you, and then we're going to just have an open topic. And even if you have questions, I could read, ask the question so we can answer it, because so many times that we involve in stuff. Do you know how to love yourself? You don't know how to love yourself. Do you love or do you lust? It's the difference between love and lust, because sometimes you'll meet somebody for the first time and don't know nothing about them, and you just jump in the bed with them. You never even know what kind of health problems they have, because they look good, because they smell good, man, because she fine, man, that thing got it, or when they take out money, or when they go show, you draw to that. You're not drawn to rather they could catch you in the spirit, baby. You don't be thinking about if nobody could catch you in the spirit, especially when you getting out of a relationship, because we don't heal. We go to other things to fill the void that's in our life. And so we're going to talk about the different types of love. The first love we're going to talk about is eros. Eros, E-R-O-S. That's a sexual passion. Eros is a fiery, intense form of love. It arises sexual and romantic feelings. Is dangerous in a way, because it's a type of love that's willing to let go of boundaries and get physical and emotionally involved. Sometimes it lasts for 6 months to 2 years. You ever fell in love with somebody, and once y'all slept together, you felt like that they owe you something. You felt like every time you call, they need to answer their phone. And guess what? After they got up with you, that was just that. They just wanted to see what it was about. They just wanted to see what the talk was all about. And after they get up, guess what? They did what they needed to do. And now you left in the spot. Now you feeling all alone, because now remember, and can I talk to some church people? Because some people, because my sis had said last night that she held herself for so many years, she still is in celibacy. It is possible, because because a lot of single women don't think it's possible. Oh man, I'm craving or whatever. Go take a cold shower. Go get in the word. Go do something to help yourself. Because Paul said the best. He said, but if you can't keep yourself marry, because guess what? Then you'll be doing it right. Because guess what? Other than that, you'll be falling to fornication. And so you have to realize just because it feels good to you, that don't mean it's good in the eyesight of God. Because you're doing it because it feels good. And so you have to understand it. So now we emotionally attached. And so now, all before we was talking, all before you was calling, all before you was texting, all before I couldn't get up in the morning. You was sending me texts, how you doing? You know, and it was filling a place inside of you, because you've been searching for love all your life, not knowing is lust in disguise, not knowing that in your mind you feeling this to be something that's not that don't even exist yet. Because in women mind, when we first meet somebody, we feel like that, guess what? Oh, he just might be the one. And then some of us that been through things so long that we don't feel like he gonna be the one. We just want to see what was going on, and if I could get him, if I could catch him on a hook. And so you ever watch those fishing shows when men go out fishing and then they catch a big fish, a pretty fish, and they wind up just taking it off the hook and throwing it back? Some of us like that. So we got to be careful with those things. And then we have a filial love. That means in a deep friendship. That means, you know, your girl gonna ride with you. If you can't call on nobody else, you could call on your dude, you know, and that's filial relationship. That's deep friendships. That's love between friends. That's connected because y'all pretty much went through the same thing, and y'all could share some stuff, and y'all tell each other, you know, what's going on, and you tell them, no, what, don't do that. If I was you, I wouldn't trust that, you know, and you busy covering and you praying. So that's filial relationship. That's a type of love. Then we have the ludus love. That's a playful love. That's the love to where what you feel when you have a crush on somebody, when y'all first meet, you know, the flirting, the teasing, the little comments, the little subliminal things, you know, or whatever. You don't want to come straight out to say that I really like you, I really want you. And so we're gonna just tease, we just gonna play with it for a while, you know, we're gonna see how it go, you know, you're gonna walk, you're gonna twist, you're gonna do all that. Why? Because you want to put it on a mind, you know, or whatever. So we're gonna just be real. You ever been in a room with somebody that you really liked it and you had a crush on, and you don't even need another cross room, but you know they sitting over there, and so you're gonna twist your little self over there, honey. You're gonna go get something to drink knowing that you don't want nothing to drink, but you just want them to see you. You just want to have eye contact, because they say eyes is the way to the soul. And so now I just got to look in your eyes. And so if you look at my eyes, because do you not know your body will talk louder than words can ever say? You know, you might not say it, but with your body telling me, you know how they say body calling me? I think that was R. Kelly, y'all. Your body calling me. And so you got to understand that, guess what? Your body will talk louder than words. And all that's part of the enemy toys. That's all part of the enemy tactics to get you in a place. And so it's time for us to say real, y'all. We ain't playing about this tonight. And then we have the agape love. We have unconditional love. Yeah, I know you hate me, but I still love you. Yeah, I know you don't like me, but I still love you, because guess what? I don't have to like you, but I got to love you, because that's what God's saying. I don't want to get in trouble with God, so I'm gonna love you in spite of. And then we have pragma love. That's long-lasting love. That's the love that endures and matures over time. Patience, tolerance, more of staying in love or not just falling in love. And so you have to understand that's the kind of a love to when you marry, you know, when you become close, that it grew over time. It's like, even though you don't have no hair on your head, I'ma still love you. Even though you have funky feet, I'ma still love you, because guess what? You grow me over time. And so when you grow me over time, because guess what? I know how you look when you look your worst, and I know how it is when you look your best. And so guess what? But I just love you because you love me. I love you because in spite of my ugly, dirty ways, I love you. You love me, and I love you because of your stinking dirty ways. And so know what? Because guess what? Everybody have the amount of issues that they have. Nobody perfect. You know, everybody have their own issues, but yet at the end of time, we know how to deal with one another, because guess what? You grew on me. And so that's pragma love. That's love that grows in marriage and just different things like that. Because I always say this. I say everybody crushing on a public you, but baby, they got to be anointed to deal with the private you. Come on, can we say that? Everybody crushing on a public me, but you got to be anointed to deal with the private me. And so don't get caught up. That's why we can't get caught up in what it look like. We can't get caught up, man, this chick is fine, you know. And then fine is different in different people and their viewpoints, because people like big boned women, some people like snatch women, some people like little bitty skinny women. It all depends what your liking is. But guess what? You finding your own way, baby. You better walk it. You better walk with that strut. You better walk with them heels on. You better walk with them stilettos. Don't let nobody tell you nothing, because guess what? You look good just the way you are. So stop trying to validate yourself or make yourself fit inside a category that you don't belong in. No, I stand by myself. I don't try to fit in nobody category, because I know I'm a bad chick. And I'm going to say, yeah, I said it, and it is what it is. And that seals the deal. So when you know who you are, you don't have to be validated by people, because people words could pump you up 1 minute, and the same one that pump you up 1 minute could be tearing you down 1 minute. That's why they say, how can you say that you love me and you'll do everything that you need to do for me, but soon as it don't go the way that you think, now all of a sudden, you know, you don't love me no more. So, or I'm such a bad person. Well, all that was when you needed me. You know, and so that's the different things that we go through. And then we have storage love. Storage love is family love, is the parents and the children, is the siblings, is the cousins, is the friends that come and fit in like family, you know, because you'll have kin folks and you have friends that you call, oh, that's my sister, you know, or that's my brother. And so that's the storage kind of love. And then we have the mania love. That's that obsession love, baby. That's that graveyard love. That's that graveyard love that, guess what, I don't want you, but I don't want nobody to have you, and I'll kill you first. You ever had somebody that was that obsessed with you? It's a mania. Obsession is a jealous love. Is obsessive kind of love. Is feeling or the feelings that another person will heal and complete you, and they feel like that that I can't do nothing without you. I'm not completed if I don't have you in my life, you know. And it's contemplated, you know, because guess what? I need you. It's co-independency. It's codependency. That means that you need that person in your life so you can feel like you're alive. It's like you need that person in your life so you can feel like you're somebody. All the while, it's not that you need them. They really needed you, but you haven't come to that concept yet, because guess what? It's a mind thing. It's a mind thing. And so all of a sudden, everybody else telling you, man, you know that girl not good for you. Or you telling them, man, you know that nigga don't love you. That nigga way across town with Susie Q. And you be like, yeah, but I know he love me. How do you know he love you? You know, and so this is the hour that we have to really realize what kind of love are we housing. And then we have the fallacial love. That means the love of self. And then, you know, I love myself, and that's the kind of love we're supposed to be having. But it's also a negative side of that, because it's called narcissist, you know, because I'm always right. Nobody never right. Nobody could do it like me, you know. So we have that's a demonic side of you, you know. When you have that narcissist spirit, you ever talk to somebody and they don't ever think they wrong and everything they do is right, and nobody can tell me nothing because I know I'm on, and that's it. So that means that you're a narcissist, you know. And so every time that you try to do something for them, it's like it's not perfect. They're always complaining. They always got to tell you, no, that's not right, that's not how I want it. And you ever been in a relationship with somebody that can tell you all the wrongs in your life, but yet they can't tell you, know what, I really appreciate you or whatever? They could be a narcissist. And so you got to understand. And so when God starts tearing that stuff apart, he have to identify what kind of love that you in. And when I said, what kind of love are you in? Because guess what? We call lust love, and we be obsessed with people, and then we build our whole world around somebody. And then when they leave, then we crush. Then we don't know how to function. Then we don't know how to get up out the bed because they crush me, they hurt me. And so now, how you know, we cannot tell you when we wounded, and we will stick our finger in a wound, because what we do instead of praying, y'all, we all been through that. Let's talk. Tell somebody, let's talk. Okay, after they leave, guess what we do? We go on their Facebook page, because we want to see, we want to make sure who they talking to. And then we go on a Gov page or the chick page that we feel like they messing with. So we want to see, because guess what? We want to see if he treating her better than what he treated me. And so we start, and then so we mad and we calling her, oh, look at that trick, look at that, or whatever. So why is she all that? Because you mad. You shouldn't be worried about her. You should be worried about you getting yourself together and start talking to yourself and start encouraging to yourself. Because guess what? The truth of the matter is, rather it was her or somebody else, guess what? You ever looked at it like God took you out of this relationship because he was tired of them treating you the way they was treating you? He took you out of this relationship. He wanted to heal you, because guess what? You build a relationship on wrong tendencies anyway, because you didn't think you was cute enough. And so that's why you say, yeah, when they step to you, no, you got to know who you are. Don't base the way you think you look on what somebody else say. Don't say yes to the first thing popping. No, it don't work like that. So this is the hour you have to take time to heal yourself, and then we jump into other relationships after just coming fresh out of one. Because guess what? It's not that we really want that relationship. Is because we trying to show them, oh, you thought you was the only one? Baby, you're not the only one, because they say it was another man's trash is another man's treasure. And that's true. But we can't be having that kind of mentality when you just jumping out one relationship and get into another. Because what we don't realize, you will be attracting the same spirit, but in a different package. And so you want to know what? He acting like that last person I was with. They got that same spirit on them, because the spirit come the same way, but it just come in a different package, because you never gave yourself the heal. And this is the hour, y'all. We got to start praying, God, I destroy that same spirit that keep want to come visit me. I destroy that same spirit that keeps knocking me off track. I destroy that spirit, because it seems like I'm attracting that same spirit. And once you're attracted to a spirit, you might be attracted to an abusive spirit, because guess what? I couldn't believe he hit me. I didn't think he was going to do that. Yeah, because that's the spirit that you're attracted to. And no matter how much they tell you, get out of that relationship, they're going to kill you. But you're attracted to it because you never prayed that God break that spirit off of you, or whatever spirit you're attracted to. And so you got to realize you're not falling in love, you fall in the spirit. And so you got to realize that, guess what? You have to come to the realization, and then you probably stop and talk to yourself. Know what? I don't deserve this. You know what? I'm not going to be going through this over and over again. And soon as they come tell you, you're beautiful, man, you're the only one in my life, man. Nobody don't understand me like you understand me, man. You the one. And then we fall right back in the snares of the enemy again. Why? Because there's something inside of us that want to feel wanted. It's something inside of us that want to feel important. It's something inside of us that we lacked as a child. And so when we grow up, it seems like that's the thing that we're looking for to fill it. It's almost like a piece of the puzzle is missing. And so I'm trying to fill it. As soon as you tell me you love me, you could have just knocked my head off. You just could have just told me something that really crushed me. But when the next minute you come and you tell me you love me and I mean everything to you, and then everything is out the window. It's like, Negro, you don't just know what you just told me. You don't know what you just told. You don't realize how you made me feel. You don't realize that you put your hands on me, but yet we fall back in love again. And so that's because we got an entanglement. We got the entanglement because now your spirit is entangled with his spirit because y'all laid down. Now, come on, women, let's tell the truth. When you in a relationship and when they're walking out of a relationship, you don't miss him because he took the trash out. You don't miss him because he helped pay the bills. You don't miss him because guess what? For Valentine's, because Valentine's Day coming up, Valentine's Day or Mother's Day, whatever, they bought you flowers. They used to just treat you just because. They ain't do none of that. What we get so caught up in is the bedroom part. Can we talk about it? you get so caught up in the bedroom part, and because you feel like all what they did to you, so this already in your mind that guess what, if they go to somebody else, you don't want them doing that to nobody else, and then you'll be in competition with Sue that's down the sidewalk from you, and you already know he go to Sue house at 2 o'clock, and he come visit you at 5 o'clock, and then guess what, and that's what it is, and so guess what, you keep taking them back because it's a feeling, it's a feel good, what's the name of that song? Y'all gonna hear me tonight. You gonna hear me tonight, trying to giving them something he could feel. And so that's the way. And so guess what? Now when he come by you, baby, you gonna give it your all. Baby, you gonna mock him, you gonna brain him, baby, you going all the way live. Know why? Because you want to feel like that once I brain him, he ain't going back down the sidewalk. And guess what? Tomorrow, he gonna be back down the sidewalk. Because why? Because he's trying to search for something, and each one of y'all giving him a piece of what he's searching for because you're not good enough. So he got to go searching for something that he's yearning for, and he's seeking, and you going searching for something because guess what? You felt like, guess what? I gave him my all, and then you want to go get gift. Oh, it's income tax time. Them Negroes gonna have new Johns. They gonna have the new PlayStations, baby. You gonna go buy your car. They're going to drop you off to work, and they're going to be styling and profiling, going to marry house in your car. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. You have to know who you are. Stop giving. This is the thing. It's something about when a hunter starts hunting a prey. When a lion hunting a prey, even with an alligator, because they call it an alligator roll. We're going to talk about the alligator first. When the alligator, number one, the alligator going to sneak up on you, right? The alligator ain't going to never make no noise. The alligator ain't going to never whoop his tail. The alligator not going to even let you see he coming. Baby, in his eyes just above the water, he moving slow. But when he gets you, when he get the prey, can I tell you, he don't kill it right then and there. It's called an alligator roll. It want to play with you before it kills you. It give you an alligator roll. It is not going to kill you on sight. No, it want to play with you before it kill you. So you got to realize, especially women that have the anointing on your life, baby, that hunter want to play with you before he kill you. And so you got to know how to position yourself to get out of the alligator roll. Because that's the thing about a woman. It's harder for a woman to let go. Baby, it'll take a year. Can I tell you? For somebody to get clean out of your spirit, it'll take about a year. Baby, you better go detox. You better start detoxing now. Sometimes it all depends how many times that they had you in the alligator roll. And so guess what? It's time for you to break it. It's time for you to get out of it. And can I tell you, it's a hard thing to do. It's easy for you to tell me to get out of it because guess what? You never was in his alligator roll. You never was in her alligator roll. So guess what? It's easy for you to say that. But guess what? I got to make sure that I'm right because guess what? And then the thing about it, when you got in your mind, let me tell you something. Baby, it's real in here tonight. When you got in your mind, you delivered from them. When you got in your mind that you overcame them, baby, you'll be in the store and you'll see them. You'll see them standing in a parking lot. You'll see them. You'll smell them. And then guess what? All those memories come flooding back in. But nobody, we say, boy, that's the devil. No, could it be the devil or could it be God testing you? Because you said you was over them. You said that you was delivered from them. Come on. And so you got to know, are you truly delivered? Because we say we deliver from somebody, but you don't be truly delivered. Because you just have to hear their voice. And baby, keep sort of kick back on. You may be young, but you're ready. Baby, when you hear their voice, R. Kelly gonna come. Let's keep it on the down low. Baby, just the smell will bring you back to a place. And so you got to remember, this the same one that left you for dead. Then you got to remember what happened that God shut that door that you kept a crack in. And so that's why the Bible tells us a strong man leaves his house. He said, but when he come back, he sees it's clean, but it's not filled with anything. So he's going out to get 7 more wickeder than him to come back and visit you. So you don't realize that you fighting for your life. You fight for your mind. You fight for your spirit. I go to church, I pray, but it seems like I still can't break this thing on my life. You know what? Sometimes you just got to go get marinated. Because guess what? It's easier for me to tell you what you need to do than for you to come to the realization what you have to do. And so it's time for you to get okay. And so when God is trying to take you from somebody, that don't mean go follow them on Snapchat, Instagram, because you have to understand, people come to Facebook to live a life that don't even exist. Can I tell you that again? People come to these social media sites to live a life that don't exist. You don't see that they have snapshots to where people so obsessed with how you look by a fake image of what AI made. Baby, if you don't love the way you look now, don't be keeping up these pictures with AI because you're not comfortable with yourself. Love yourself enough to know I'm gonna use my own pictures. I don't need no snapshot or whatever. And because guess what? When I see you in person, I need to see you. When I see you in person, I don't need to see that is really a mole hanging from under your nose. I don't need to see that your eyebrows is really glued together. Because on your picture, you don't look like nothing on your picture. So you got to know who you are, because you get so caught up, and so now you entangled in something. You can entangle in something that you can't get yourself. And the thing about it, women, single women, especially single women, you are more faithful to men that's not even your husband. You giving them. My grandma used to say, "Why buy the cow and the milk for free?" They know you're not a challenge. I'm still on the praise. I never forgot about the alligator roll. But it's something about a hunter that's hunting to prey. He sit down there and he watch. The enemy study you. The enemy know what you're missing. The enemy know what you're crying about. The enemy hear your words. That's why we got to be careful of our words. And then the enemy watching you. They know what time you leave. They study you. They know what time you go to the store. And so no, it's not by circumstance that I didn't know you shop here. They don't shop there, but they studied you. Because guess what? The enemy want to set you up for another illusion. An illusion that's inside your head. Because guess what? Now you're feeling lonely. Because you just said, man, I feel lonely. Man, I can't wait till I find somebody. Man, I'm tired of being by myself. So the enemy hearing all this. So the enemy will create an illusion for you. He going to create somebody that's going to buy you roses. He going to create somebody that's going to take you on rides. That's going to take you on a boat trip. That's going to just tie your eyes. Come on, let's go there. And baby, he going to bamboozle you again. And you don't realize, because you in love with the idea of what you always wanted. And we don't realize that is the enemy in disguise. And so what we don't realize, we back in the traps of the enemy again. And so now I'm more hurt this time than I was last time, because I can't believe I let my guards down again. You ever got to the place where you let your guards down again? You're like, what am I doing? You ever had to talk to yourself and ask yourself, what am I doing? How I let myself get caught up in this again? How I'm allowing this to happen again? Because guess what? There's something inside of you that's missing. Is there something point inside you that's missing? Baby, you laugh, you smile for everybody, but not knowing you're hurting on the inside, not knowing that you're broken in pieces on the inside. Because it was the thing to where the hunter waits for the prey. But it's another thing when the prey start running after the hunter. Why would you run after something that's about to kill you? Why would you run after something that you know really don't like you or really don't love you? Because love is what it says, not what it does. You can tell me all day how much you love me, but baby, your actions show me that you really don't care about me. It's just the word. I can't believe you told me that. And your words telling me that you don't care about me. Your words telling me that I'm just there for what? Because you don't care for me. You don't love me. And so then you have to ask yourself, why am I in a relationship like this and I'm not even married to you? Why am I allowing this to happen? What it is about me that it feel like that I need you to survive? And then God will start allowing some things to happen. And then you get to the place where you're so insecure, you start picking up phones. So now you going through the phones. Why you insecure? Why? Because God gave you some kind of discernment. Follow the voice of God. Get out the relationship. Your mom or your dad ever told you, nope, he not the one, I'm telling you. Or she not the one, I'm telling you. Just some, and as parents, we got discernment like, something not right. But lesson, life is the best teacher, really. Because I always tell my children, I say, if y'all don't want to listen to wisdom, y'all listen to life. After you already told me, know what, at the end of the day, they'll wind up telling you, know what, I should have listened to you. Or a friend gonna come back and tell you, know what, I should have listened to you. But you had the choice, just like you had the choice to go, you had the choice not to go. So this is the hour. What are you looking for? We're going into Love Week. We're going into where it all rooted from. It rooted because this little girl that never got saved, this little girl that never was delivered, or this young man that never was saved, this young man that never was delivered. And so we grew up with hurt, we grew up with pain. And so they want to know why you so hard, why you like you are, man. Every time you coming at me rough. Yeah, because guess what? I had to build this character because it seemed like everything and everybody was getting over me. And so now I had to build this character. They want to know why I don't talk to nobody, because I used to talk too much. And when I talk too much, then I see where it got me. And so you got to realize, why are you in this place where you at? Because you're looking for something that you never found, and only God could truly fulfill it. Since God is the powder and God is the one that made you and know all about you, instead of going to other people to try to fix you, you have to go to the powder. You have to go to the powder to see what his instructions was. Who he anointed to love you for real. Who he anointed to catch you in the spirit. Who he anointed when they see the tears fall from your eyes. All they're going to do is grab you and pray for you and tell you it's going to be okay. Or are you always inclined with somebody that really don't care? And when they see you crying, well, what's wrong with you? You will be all right. No, let me have a moment to be human. Let me have a moment that I could cry. That they don't never see you. And so this is the hour that you have to pray what you want. You have to pray to what you need God to do for you, instead of falling right back in these traps again. And then it's almost like, how many times you've been in a relationship like this? And 9 times out of 10, it don't be nobody different, because you take the same joker back because they tell you they change. Baby, everybody change around income tax time. Everybody change when it's around, you're about to get paid. Everybody come back, I'm sorry, yeah, man, you know, I was tripping or whatever. Know why? Because they already know your heart. This is the hour to let it stand up. Sometimes God have to harden up your heart. And you might say, oh no, God don't do that. Yes, he do. Didn't he not tell Moses? He said, I'm sending you to Pharaoh, but I will harden up Pharaoh's heart. And sometimes God have to harden up your heart, because guess what? We'll go out our way for a man. We'll go out our way to feel happy. And then we want to go cry to God. But why you didn't go to God first? Why all your energy that we spend giving to the world, celebrating the world, going all out our way for the world, why we don't get that same energy to God? So that way, when it happened, guess what? God already caught us before we even start praying. But we will give our time to the world. We'll give our time to the Negroes. When the last time when you're going to church, I'm going to try to make it, I'm always working. Yeah, but when holidays come around, when things going on, you take off for that. But you don't take off to come to church. We better get it together. And that's why we don't understand what's really going on. Is the enemy playing tricks with you? You know, like the ghetto boy saying, my mind playing tricks on me. So the enemy play tricks on you. And so the enemy want to get you so much away from God to where you don't even know what real love is. And so guess what? Because you love yourself because you look good, your hair done, your lashes on. But what about when you have to sit down and deal with the real you, with the private you? What about that emptiness that still hits you? What about when you just wake up out your sleep and you just crying and ain't nothing nobody could do about it? But yeah, but you spent all your time partying, having fun, and you never took your time. I will go, oh, I pray. No, did you go to church? Because it say the anointing is what breaks the yoke. It's the pastor that have to give account for you. If you don't have a church, who's giving account for you? Who's catching you in the spirit for real? Because after all the partying is over, after Throw Me Some Mister is over, after all the cliches is gone, you still gonna have to deal with the real you. After all that, and 9 times out of 10, when we try to get back at somebody, we give ourselves, we go all in, we showing all our bodies, we showing all our cleavages. We dancing like loose women. And guess what the Bible call it? Silly women, foolish women. Silly women of the Bible that leads the men to disaster. Silly women. Y'all remember Delilah? Y'all don't think that this stuff been going on since Bible days? You remember David? David went out the way to stay back to sleep with Bathsheba because she was a bad chick. He was on the roof. He knew what time she took a bath. He just didn't happen to get up there. He already studied, because if the king don't know nothing, if nobody else know nothing, the king know whatever go on in there. And then he called for her. And he knew that her husband was out at war. And at that time, the king was supposed to leave, but he wanted to stay back because he wanted to make sure he got his due diligence in. And once they slept together, he impregnated her. Now he had to cover his tracks. And then he wound up putting Uriah on the line, causing him to get killed because of a mistake that he made. And so after he made the mistake, when God got ready to punish him, God still called her Uriah's wife. He wanted to make sure David knew who I'm talking about. I'm talking about Uriah's wife. No, I don't care if you married her. That's still not your wife. That's Uriah's wife. And so a lot of times we divorce and we do this and we do that and we marry again. But are you still married to the one that God ordained you to marry the first time? Because the vows do say to death do you part. So you got to be careful with these things, because what pass with man don't pass with God. And so we got to be careful with these things, because we're going to be held accountable, and so a great accountability for that. And so, like I said again, and then you remember Samson? Samson was sent to kill the Philistines, and he wound up falling in love with the, y'all got to know, baby, Delilah must have been a bad chick. She had the strongest man in her hands. She had the strongest man that fell weak to her. Baby, she must have been doing some stuff, honey. To where she said, tell me your weakness. And he lied. And then some men tried to come in and kill him, and that wasn't it. And she told him again, she said, why you going to do that? Why you going to lie to me like that? How you telling me why I'm alive and you trying to kill me? And at the end of the day, baby, she must have really turned some stuff on him, because he finally gave up the ghost. So you'll get so mesmerized. You'll get so caught up in the illusion. You'll get so caught up in tricks to where you'll sell your soul and you don't even know it. You'll get so caught up in these things to where you don't realize that, guess what, baby? I'm dead already. So you just done sold your soul for how many minutes? Maybe an hour. How long? Because it felt that good. It felt that good. And guess what? Automatically, his strength was gone. And the first thing they did was blinding him. Because when you doing stuff that you have no business, it blind you. It blind you to the spot to where you got to the place to where, know what you say? Well, God gonna forgive me. God, I got to go repent for this one. We all do it, and we did it. Oh, I know that's not right, but baby, I got to see something. So we get so caught up in these things. And once again, Valentine's coming around. And when you don't get no flowers, when you don't get no candy, when you don't get that, go buy it for yourself. Know that you don't have to sell yourself. Know that you're worth more than rubies. You know what your worth is. This time you ain't coming back. How many times I'm going to let you back in and you're going to keep repeating the same cycle again? No, the last time you left, guess what I did? I destroyed that cycle. So guess what, though? You're not coming back in. You sure not coming back in my bed. I changed. Well, I'm glad you did. Amen. Maybe you're going to be good for somebody else. Maybe I was your test run. But guess what? You're not holding up Isaac for Ishmael. I'm not doing it. I've been through too much. Let me tell you, ladies, how many nights you had to cry yourself to sleep? How many nights you had to walk the floor? How many nights you felt empty? How many nights that you felt like that you gave your all and still you never got nothing in return? Still you're feeling lonely. You could even be sleeping with the enemy and you still feel lonely. That's why I say that you could be in a crowded room and still feel like that you're by yourself. Why? Because you have so many things inside of you and so many things that you never let go. To where, guess what? You still in the place of being alone. You still in the place of being by yourself. And know what you're doing? You're trying to find the peace that's going to fill it. You're trying to find the peace. And can I tell you, stop fulfilling a temporary fix for a permanent position. What I'm saying, you don't want a one night stand to feel something that you want to literally be permanent. And in your mind, you're going to marry. In your mind, you got the biggest wedding ever. In the mind, you're going to marry not because of love, because you're trying to prove a point, because I'm the top chick. I'm number one. He said I'm his number one. No, anytime somebody tell you you number one, that means it's got a number two somewhere. It may be a three, it may be a four. No, I don't want to be no number. I want to be the only one. I'm that so secure in myself and confident in myself to where I'm the only one, or I'm not going to be no one. I ain't gonna be nobody one. No, I'm gonna be the only one. And so you got to know who you are. Because guess what? You've been crying. You've been feeling empty. You've been feeling like you're by yourself. But God always with you. And that's the thing. We cheat on God. We want to be mad when we find out somebody cheat on us. I can't believe they cheat on me. But how many times have you cheated on God? How many times have God told you to do something and you didn't do it? How many times you put the things of the world before God? How many times you have cheated on God? But we mad when somebody cheat on us. So we coming up to Valentine's. Some of you might have the loved ones that baby go all out, that you're going to have roses delivered. You're going to have the fruit baskets delivered. You're going to have a nice dinner or whatever. And then you have some that is not going to have nothing. But in spite of you not having nothing, just know that you are somebody. In spite of not having nothing, baby, go in the store and buy your own self some candy. Buy your own self some roses. Be faithful to yourself. This is the hour that, guess what, you have to be faithful to yourself. And you have to learn how to love yourself like nobody else going to love you. You have to have the kind of love that, guess what, I can't make you love me. And I'm sure not going to force you to love me. But since I gained what my value is, I love you enough to know, to let you know you're not coming back this way again. No, once you left out, guess what? The door was sealed. I'm not allowing myself to go through that thing. And do you not know you are the one that can allow yourself to go through it? Or you also the one that can stop yourself from going through it? Because it's your decision. What choices have you made? What make you think that he changed? Because guess what? And the thing about it, can I tell my woman that's in church? Don't fall for somebody that's coming and tell you, oh, yeah, I'm in God. I pray, man. I know. Because guess what? The enemy come cunning. The enemy come like he coming to church. And once he get so close to you, then you realize, he like, man, I ain't going to church. That's you if you want to go to church. I ain't going. And then guess what? You so caught up in the sexual part of it. Okay, well, you don't have to come. I'm going to see you when I come back from church. And then you'll find yourself, every time it's time for church, he want to do something. And so now you'll find yourself trying to please him more than you pleasing God. And then once again, you commit adultery on God. And so you have to know who you are. You have to know, what have I did to get myself inside of this? How can I get myself out of this? How I'm in these soul ties? Why I haven't divorced the people that I slept with? That's why they still come in your mind. That's why they still come, because you never divorced them. You never got it out your spirit. And so we're going to talk about that more on Monday. We're going to talk about it more on Monday, because that's going to be the week of love. We're going to talk about it more on Monday. Because guess what? You're really searching for something that you want to fulfill. You want to feel complete. You want to feel whole. You know, you just want to feel love. And the thing about it is, you don't need no car. You don't need no house. It's just the small things, you know. But yet, guess what? God already know what you want, because God already got it. And can I tell you, you coming out of this, baby, you're going to be stronger than you can ever imagine. This too shall pass. Because guess what? You made it this far. Just start praying. When the enemy try to come in like a flood, God said, I'll set up a standard. When memories want to come, and when anger trying to set in, sometimes you just got to sit yourself to the side. Sometimes you got to cry. Sometimes you got to scream. Let it out. And guess what? Go back to the place and start loving on yourself again. Because we get so caught up in relationships to where we try to build something that God never put in our path anyway. And so when the storm come and blow it over, God just wants you to know. And that's something that's my sis said last night. She said God told her, I never told you to marry him. You chose to marry him. And how many times God told us not to go into a relationship, but because we don't want to be by ourselves, because we try to show them, oh yeah, you got somebody, I got somebody too. That's not even your character. That's not even you. So why? Because guess what? It's something that you try to prove. Once again, you trying to prove yourself to somebody. That's not even worth it. Because 9 times out of 10, they're not paying you attention. Can I tell you? Sometimes you just got to sit solid. Don't react like they want you to react. And then you're going to see and keep moving. Because guess what? One thing about it, God got your back. God have you covered. So don't go. And the reason why I'm on here talking about all this, and I'll talk about more next week, because like I said, it's Valentine's Day. That's when depression want to hit. Then you want to feel, and then even suicide spirits want to hit. Because you feel like they left you. You can't believe they left you. And look how they buying flowers for her. And look how they doing for her. They never did that for me. And so guess what? The depression, the enemy try to bring a depression on you. But no, he's not going to do it. Because guess what? You are beautiful. So don't let nobody tell you nothing. You are beautiful. And God see you. And God know you. So don't let nobody make you feel lesser than. And then on Monday, we're going to finish talking about soul ties. And then we're going to start denouncing those spirits out of you. But we're going to also talk about the incubus, the succubi spirits that come at night. You ever had dreams that when you got up, baby, it felt like that was for real, for real? And then it put a memory, and they came to plant a memory back inside you. And when you got up, it's like you could have smelled them or whatever. That's spirits that come mess with you at night because you never covered your subconscious. And all that have to do with love. I love you guys. I hope this helps somebody. I hope this truly bless somebody. Because guess what? We are not going to be going in these cycles. We're going to destroy these cycles. Because guess what, baby? Your worth has just went up. You got to understand, when you work something, the enemy will fight for you. If he love you that much, let them know this time you ain't coming in my house and you sure not coming in my bedroom. No, this time you entering in, but you going to enter in. Guess what? We going to have boundaries. Baby, if I bore you that much and I'm not sleeping with you and that's my boundaries. No, I'm not sleeping with you because I don't know who they slept with. And what we don't realize, when you sleep with somebody, you sleeping with who they slept with. We gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into it Monday. And so we know that God has already have it. And I hope this help somebody. And tune in Monday. Like I said, invite people to come on. Because guess what? We talking real talk. And like I said, if you have any questions, just inbox me. We're gonna discuss it. Because guess what? I always say the only crazy question is the question that you don't ask. So guess what? What do I do when I'm feeling vulnerable? And some might fall. You might fall because guess what? You have to have a strong mind not to. But you can do it. But what about if I can't? Well, guess what? Get up, repent, but don't make it a cycle. Don't make it a crutch. To every time that you fit in a certain kind of way, you got to go get a fix. No. Because guess what? At the end of the day, it's not good for your soul. And you hope that God don't come get you or pick your flower while you're in the middle of going to get your fix. Because hell is real. Hell is real. And so I love you guys. If y'all looking for a church home, we have church on Saturdays at 10 o'clock or Bible study at 6 o'clock. If you're looking for just a word, you're more than welcome to come. Everybody is welcome. And so we preach the truth. I'm not going to tell you nothing to tickle your fancy. I promise you that. And we talk about real life stuff. You know, things that we suffer with, things that we go through. Let's talk real. You know, let's talk about my struggle, what I'm struggling with. You know, long as I'm in church, I can play the part. But once I leave out, I'm going to meet Joe. I'm going to meet Sue or whoever I'm going to meet with. But at the end of the day, I am a pastor that's concerned about your soul. I'm not concerned about our friendships. I'm not concerned whether you like me or not. I'm more concerned about your soul because I'd rather you upset with me and me telling you the truth than the angry guy behind me because I just want to sugarcoat what's on you and tell you it's okay to do it. No, it's not okay. And so I love you guys. Y'all be blessed. Have a safe weekend. I pray over you. I pray over the ones that's going through something, that's feeling by themselves. Just know that, guess what? God is your provider. God is the lover of your soul. And can I tell you, you will be all right. Because guess what? You are strong. You made it this far, baby. You're going to make it even further. And I love you guys, and y'all be blessed. Amen and amen.